Hello and thank you for tuning in to Embrace My Melanin. It's your girl Rochelle. In today's video, yes, as you saw by the title, I am going to be trying a couple of products from MAC Cosmetics. If you guys did not see my most recent haul, you would have seen that I actually went, I was out of town and I purchased a couple of things from MAC. I have the MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation, and I also have the Studio Fix 24-Hour Smooth Wear Concealer right here. Okay, I picked up this concealer, I picked up the concealer in NW51 and of course the powder foundation in NW55. That is my shade, if I'm not mistaken, in all of the Studio Fix products. From what I can remember, I was shade matched years ago, like quite literally when I first got on my makeup kit or whatever. And of course, one of the first places that I stopped by was MAC Cosmetics, and I have on the powder foundation. I tried on the concealer, as you see right here, but of course it's a powder foundation, so I had to do some prep work first. The first thing I did is I went in with, of course, the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream Moisturizer right here. One of the things that I have learned over the years is that when it comes to wearing makeup, especially powder foundation, the best thing you do is really do a really good skin prep on before you put on a powder foundation. Of course, more than any other makeup, if you are a person that doesn't like liquids or creams, and you gravitate to powder foundations because they're just easier to wear, then one thing you want to do most definitely is get a real good prep on your skin, starting with a good moisturizer, and the Charlotte Tilbury is the best, hands down is the best. Okay, then I went in just a little bit further because I've had some dry patches lately, and I went in with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base right here. I have the little sample size right here. I went in with this on some of the dry spots that I have around my face. I have one right here on my nose and one here on the outer part of my lip, and of course on the corner of my mouth. Those are generally where they show up for some reason, just those areas. So I went in and I put this on. Some people like to use this as a primer. Me myself, I just use it more so as a spot like moisturizer for when I have my breakouts, not breakouts, but when I have my dry patches that come on my face or whatever. I use it more so as a moisturizer than a primer. It can be used for both. I think any moisturizer can be used both ways, but me myself, I love it as a primer, but I absolutely adore it as a moisturizer. So lately I've been using these two combined together. They have just been miracle workers for me. I love them both. If you have not tried them, I promise you, worth the investment, and just amazing, absolutely amazing. Okay, and then next I went in with a new product that I just also recently purchased. Also, this is the Uma Beauty Tripping Smooth face primer right here. When I tried this on, I didn't realize that it was had some iridescence, just a reflex inside of it, just a little bit. So I liked that, if you can see that right there. And when I'm putting it on, I did not know that it had just a little bit of a shimmers to it, and it just melts, absolutely just melts into the skin and just feels so good, so absolutely amazing. Now some people might say, girl, you went in with 2 moisturizers and a primer, that's overkill. But one thing, when you have on a powder foundation, which I love powder foundations, they're my day-to-day go-tos, which one thing I know about them is that if you have dry skin, or if you have dry patches on your skin, powder foundation will accentuate, like, it'll heighten those dry spots on your face. So one thing about, if you put on a powder foundation, prep that skin. I promise you, you're gonna want to moisturize and moisturize. And with me having dry skin already, it had to be done. And I can honestly say that just by one use of this Uma Trip and Smooth, I love it. I absolutely love it. It moisturized, and I could feel like, it really prepped and primed and just smoothed out the texture on my skin, just smoothed out the feel of my skin just a little bit. It anything with the moisturizers, it enhanced it just a little bit more, because it felt so good. And it just felt absolutely amazing, very cooling to the skin and all that jazz. Okay, all right, then I went in, of course, first with the concealer. This is my first time using any MAC concealer, really and truly. I noticed that it was real easy to blend out, and everything. It did not go into my fine lines, did not settle into my lines or anything like that. And it was just really easy to blend out, and it was nice. It was something that, if you're new to concealers, no shade, if you're new to concealers, then you might want to start here. But over time, you're going to know the difference between, like say a MAC, no shade to MAC, like your eyes, but MAC versus, say, Nars or Ilia. Those two concealers, hands down, are, when it comes to more high-end or mid-range, high-end concealers, those concealers really show out. This right here, I feel it's okay. It's okay. It's not horrible, but if you're a beginner, and of course MAC is one of those cult favorite cosmetic companies that, you're gonna be like, oh, this is nice. Like, okay, I feel like I've had a little bit better with, some drugstore range concealers, in my opinion. My ColourPop No Filter concealer, which I absolutely love, hands down, one of my favorite in drugstore range, is my favorite. So I would probably put the concealer in that category, instead of me investing a pretty penny like this in, in the MAC concealer. Just my opinion, okay? All right, so let's go on in with the powder foundation, guys. Okay, so the powder foundation, Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation, okay? As you can see in the footage, it's very easy to go on. It blends beautifully. You do not have to pack it on. You do not need a lot of product. That's one thing I actually can say that I really like about this foundation, is that the powder foundation, is that you do not need a lot of product. You do not need to pack it on. If you're a person like me and you would like more of a medium, light to medium, coverage foundation, either in liquid, cream, or powder, you're gonna like this. I feel like you're really gonna like this. It just blended on beautifully. It covered up my hyperpigmentation on my jawline. It gave me a beautiful natural finish. It doesn't look packed on and cakey and heavy, and it's so breathable on the skin. I absolutely loving the feel of it on my skin right here. But also, don't forget, you're still going to have to prep your skin for it to look as flawless. I feel as flawless as it does right now. It's just absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I love this look. I'm loving this look so far. I will say that, okay? Wow, I just think it's beautiful. I think it's a beautiful finish, a beautiful look. I could tell that the Uma the Uma uh, primer, excuse me. I just blinked my mind. I can tell the Uma primer is giving it just a little bit more of a glow with the prep that was done beforehand. So yeah, I am liking this, okay? Yeah, okay. Now I will say this, okay? Of course, we're gonna do at least a good 8-hour test on this, okay? So now it's late in the day, guys. It's, you know, it is what it is. It is now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's later on in the day, okay? However, I'm gonna come back. Of course, I gotta finish my face because I haven't done anything else, but I'm just gonna do a simple look today. Nothing too heavy, nothing too, just a little bit of brush, a little lipstick, lip gloss, and mascara and eyeliner. That's it. That's simple dimple gumdrops today. I'm not gonna do a lot. I do not want to do a lot today. You know, it's my day off. Okay. All right, so I'm going to finish up my face and I will see you guys in several hours. Let's see how this holds up. Let's see what Matt can do, okay? Because right now I'm just loving the finish. I'm just loving the coverage and everything. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, and here I am. I am back and it has been several hours, guys. It is now 10:56 in the evening. I think when I left off camera, I think it was like 1:05 or something like that. So quite literally, I am just shy of having this powder foundation on for just under 10 hours, which is a lot longer than I anticipated. Truly, it is, okay? But I have on here, again, the MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation. I'm in the shade NW55. And here is my face. As you can see, here it is. All oily here in my T-zone, as to be expected. Forehead, chin, cheeks, and nose. This is to be expected, but crazy enough, on the outer parts of my face, it's not that bad where I don't get oily. Of course it's not that bad on the outer portions of my face, okay? So this is to be expected for me. But one thing that I did not read earlier was how long the foundation would last on my face, okay? So one thing it says it is a one-step pressed powder and foundation that gives skin a 12-hour ultra matte finish while controlling shine and without causing acne. Well, let's just go ahead and say it. I haven't had this face on for 10 hours. Not even a full 10 hours now. Not a full 10 hours. And quite literally, my face is an oil slick. So for them to say it's gonna, control shine for up to 12 hours. Well, yep, that didn't happen, okay? And me, myself, I don't have oily skin. Well, I have combination skin. I have dry combination skin. And of course, if you know, that's when you get oily in your T-zone because, your skin is just so dry. It's trying to moisturize itself from the inside out, which happens, okay? But for me, if you're new here to this channel, hey, how you doing, boo? I am never the person that's going to be like, oh, I'm expecting this foundation to last for this long and I'm not expecting to get oily and yeah. That's not me. That's never going to be me. For me, it's how does it refresh when I do go and block my face. I'm going to be checking my face throughout a normal work day, an 8-hour work day. I'm going to be checking my makeup and my foundation to make sure that everything still looks good. So that's the first thing off the rip. So what I have here, as I always do, I have a little piece of tissue right here, and it, like I said, it's been almost 10 hours, and I'm just going to just see. And I've only blotted my face once in my nose area. I did a haul, and you guys will probably see that haul. You should see that haul, if not right before this, right after this, but I did pick up a product from Iguacu, and it was the mattifying stone applicator thingy that's supposed to take away the shine. I did use that on my nose because my nose was already beginning to shine even just after 2 hours. Okay, so for my nose to be like this after an additional 8 hours, not shocked. Okay, but like I said, it's all about the refresh up, how it's going to refresh. So I'm just going to take my little piece of Kleenex right here, and I'm just going to press and see how it does. Look at that. Yep. And of course you see it on the tissue right there. Now, some people will probably choose to take like a brush, and this is the brush that I used earlier. I'm just going to swipe it on my forehead just to see how it will look if I use a brush instead of a Kleenex. Okay, not bad. It's not bad. I think that the tissue probably would do better than a brush, so let me just, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Cleaned up, refreshed, like it was nothing. Absolutely, absolutely nothing. It looks so much better. Okay, so in my opinion, the powder foundation itself did do very well. Easy to clean up if you just want to take a little bit of a tissue and just blot in the areas, especially if you have oily skin and you know you're going to get oily after so many hours. Just take a piece of tissue and just blot it in that area. It refreshes like a dream. You know, like I said, even though their claim is control shine for up to, oil controls for up to 12 hours. Now, if it had done that, baby, excuse my red tongue, I had a soda. But if I had, if it had controlled my shine and it did not do anything for the full 12 hours, even up to 10 hours, if it hadn't done anything for 10 hours, if it hadn't done anything for 5 hours, for me, that would have been impressive. But mind you, like I said earlier, I had to do, I used the little Eco Tools little stone thingy or whatever, and I did it on my nose, and my nose just after 2 hours was getting oily. So that 12-hour claim, they need to take that off the website. They really need to take that off the website. Now, as far as the acne thing, my skin is not acne prone. I know you guys probably see a little bit of small bumps like that or whatever. That's not from the product though. I could tell you that that is because I did a detox a couple of days ago. Haven't done a detox in quite some time, like literally in over a year, and I was drinking so much water, and of course after you do it for like a good 48 to 72 hours, it comes through your pores. And for me, by the end of the second day, my face had the little baby bumps on my face, just a little baby bumps on my face. So that was not from the product, the acne or whatever the acne claims that they say they have. I don't have acne prone skin, so I couldn't tell you about that claim itself because I just don't have acne prone skin. But overall, this powder foundation is pretty good. It's pretty freaking good. Now, I can say earlier also, I did wear the concealer and it looks good still underneath here. It did not break apart. It didn't get stuck in the cracks or anything like that. I think it's a pretty good concealer, but I'm not even gonna lie, compared to some other more pricier concealers or concealers within that that price range, truly, I've had a couple that I like just a little bit better. I don't think that this concealer would be in my top 5 or top 10 as far as certain concealers go. And I'm not a concealer connoisseur. I just put on what I have, and what I like, I just like, and I just gravitate to. Like Nars, when I finally tried the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, oh my goodness. It easily was in my top 3. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. But the matte concealer, it was just okay. It was just okay. It was nothing for me to rave about. But I can't say that I hated it, but I can't say, oh my god, this is amazing. I can't say that. But that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people that absolutely love it. I'm just not one of them. Okay. Yeah. But that is it. That is all for my review on these 2 MAC products. I thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, you know what to do. Go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And if you like me just a little bit, just a little bit, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and please, guys, continue to stay safe. There's still stuff floating in the air.